everyone. I feel like making poor choices today, so we are going to listen to the first video, possibly the first half of the first video, of Unsolicited Fatties Talk Back. This first episode is titled Meet the Fatties. It's from November 1st of 2021. So let's just jump into it. And I have my phone muted, but should something fuck up, I am playing Pokemon Go while watching this because I need some sort of filter for this. So let it be known, I had to go to Spotify, and not only go to Spotify, but log into my Spotify premium account, which means that I'm gonna start getting fucking recommendations for fatty podcasts, which pisses me off. I try to keep things separated from my actual accounts, and I'm mad about this. So I am giving, and holy fuck, the first episode is an hour and a half long. It's probably gonna take us a while to get through. It might take us 4 full parts to get through this. But, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm a little annoyed that this is now going to be associated with my Spotify account. But here we go. The sacrifices I make for this channel. Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unsolicited Fatties Talk Back, the podcast where fat people talk back to the world with completely unsolicited but desperately needed advice. I am one of your esteemed hosts, Mikey Mercedes, and I am a fat liberationist writer, educator from the Bronx, and I am currently a doctoral student at the Brown University School of Public Health. Now I'm going to pass it on to one of my wonderful co-hosts.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Deshaun Harrison. I am a writer, an editor, an author, community organizer, fat liberationist, of course. And I am really excited about this because of the fact that I think that it's really cool to have a bunch of fat folks working together to talk through fun things, also really serious things, and, offering a fat liberationist lens to that conversation. So I am going to toss it over to one of our other wonderful co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Jordan. Who am I? I hate these questions. I'm a fat, trans, non-binary model. Everyone here is fat. So you can get over it. Get over it right now. Because that's literally the whole premise of this shit. Are we allowed to swear? I feel like we are. Okay. Anyways, I'm also fat liberationist. Shocker. But yeah, I'm a model.
So Jordan Hall is on here. That's good to know. Her voice is I don't know what pronouns they go by. But I didn't notice this when I was watching their TikToks, but just listening to it, their voice is very fucking annoying. So hope everyone had their Wheaties.
I don't know. I do liberation work kind of across the board in different spaces, mostly on social media, but also in person, I guess.
Jordan, I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I work at BuzzFeed, so sorry about that. Cringe. I know. That's it. And now I will pass it to the next.
All right. That was literally the greatest intro ever. So thank you, Jordan. My name is Brian Guffey, and I am a fat agitator on the internet. So you will find me yelling about anti-fatness on your local social media networks. I am also Black and trans and currently agender, but you never know. Every day that shit changes. And my background is in theater and music and also technology. So it's been a real pleasure to connect with folks who are really doing this work as scholars and educators. And for me, I came to this really organically, coming from and learning, just picking up a lot of the stuff. A lot of the people on this podcast are the people that I have learned from. And it's been, it's a real honor to be here with all of them today. And now I'm going to send it over to absolutely, the not the least. We saved the best for last, folks. Handing it over to our fabulous co-host.
Thank you, everyone. Y'all are so kind. My name is Caleb Luna. I'm also a fat liberationist, writer, performer, teacher, scholar. I'm currently.
For fuck's sake, just how many people are gonna be like? We're 3 minutes in, and so far it's just been people introduced. How many fucking hosts do we have? For fuck's sake.
Finishing my dissertation at UC Berkeley, and my work is on race, size, and sexuality. And yeah, I'm here because I'm a huge person, but also fan of podcasts. And I wanted to add my voice. I've been wanting to start a podcast for a while. And Mikey sent out, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a second, but Mikey sent out this tweet that was like, who wants to do this podcast? And I jumped right on it because, as Brian said, so many like incredible thinkers and people who have influenced me were already part of this, and I'm really excited to contribute our voices to the conversations that are already happening. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, I do want to point out that one of the things that's fabulous about this group that we talked about before is like everybody here is not only fat, but we carry other identities that have led us to, experience marginalization and such in our lives. And this is really important to us because most of the voices that you hear in the space speaking about fat liberation are often white voices. And they're often straight voices. And so the opportunity to bring a group of people together who are able to look at this through multiple lenses at a time and understand how those connect and intersect in ways that are often not talked about is, I think, one of the things that we're really excited about this particular group of wonderful people. We may also have some fun guest panelists in the future. So be ready for that. We're really excited about this community that we have, and we're excited to share it off with all of you.
Adele's coming on the show. Start a rumor now. Just kidding. Could you imagine? And we're like, and our last co-host is Adele.
Adele.
Oh my God.
Easy on me.
That's what she said. She said, please go easy on me.
I mean, we will have the time to talk about Adele, but for now, I will say that, it's a great single. So I am very excited that she's back.
All right, so I'm getting annoyed and tired of this, so we're going to speed this up to 1.5 and see if we can, get to anything of substance.
Even though, I have qualms with the way she's being engaged.
Yeah, I think we will do it. We'll do an Adele episode, a celeb episode, if you will.
Is that called the Adele episode?
Adele episode? Oh, no. That was funny, Brian.
Well, thank you.
They came out with the jokes.
I am almost 40, so, we got to get some practice in there.
That's real. Well, so today is Halloween. And
yes.
So, a huge happy Halloween to everyone listening. I'm really excited about Halloween, mostly because, I grew up in a very evangelical Christian household in the Black South. And so now, this is my first year celebrating Halloween celebrating Halloween at all, but also as, this Black queer trans person who is with the shits. So, for this segment, we're going to talk about our favorite Halloween candies, but also on the spot, I'm wondering what my fellow co-hosts may be dressing up as this year or would like to dress up as this year. So I will start. And by I mean, this is Deshawn. My favorite Halloween candy is my favorite chocolate period, which is Reese's. I literally could go into a chocolate coma and be happy by just eating Reese's.
So, not to be a raging bitch. That's not my goal here, but really for this podcast, I'm gonna just read you guys what it says in the About section of the Unsolicited Fatties Talk Back podcast. It says, join fat activists. She said her name, and I don't think I can pronounce it. Marquiselli? Mercedes? She said it. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Deshawn Harrison, Caleb Luna, Brian Guffrey, and Jordan Underwood. So not Jordan Hall. Sorry about that. as they break down how and why anti-fatness shows up in our lives and relationships. Listen as they get endlessly sidetracked while re-answering old advice columns about weight, fitness, and more from fat liberationist perspectives. Released almost every other Sunday, not quite like it. Their uploads are very inconsistent, but that's beside the point. I can't believe this has a 4.7 rating on Spotify. But really, our first thing that we're going to talk about is our favorite Halloween candy. Like, not to be a raging bitch, but what the fuck?
They're perfect, and there's nothing better than them. However, Reese's Pieces are not Reese's, so I do not want Reese's Pieces. I do not like Reese's the cereal, and quite frankly, I do not want a Reese's cup that's not regular size. Like, the small ones don't actually have the impact, and the big ones don't give you enough room and space to like really enjoy.
Oh, I'd say, fuck you. The small ones are the shit. You get more chocolate that way. That being said, I haven't had Reese's in any form in a long time. And at one point, I found Reese's Pieces like really addictive, and maybe it's because I've been eating better or something. But candy just doesn't hit the same way that it used to.
Reese's because it's too much. So I need a king size pack with 4 of the regular size Reese's cups.
You have all the
size queen,
opinion that
size
never knew I
queen.
needed.
Size queen. Candy size queen.
I want regular, like, but also, yes, that's the only place in my life where I'm a size queen. So, so that is my favorite candies. And then this year, I'm dressing up as Maleficent, and I'm so excited. I have the horns, I have the dress, I have the cape, I have 6-inch boots. They're leather boots, they're black, they're so sexy, and I'm gonna have my makeup done. I'm gonna have feathers on. It's gonna be a serve. So, if you don't follow me on social media yet, you should, because it's gonna be giving.
Yeah, you
Honestly,
need to follow
yeah.
all of us solely for the Halloween content.
No, literally,
Nothing else.
Nothing
Nothing else. None of us actually give anything of value except for the Halloween looks.
No, see, I don't even do that. I have nothing of value to offer you.
Mikey, I'm gonna murder.
Literally, what I'm dressing up as this year is just the person living vicariously through Deshawn as they dress up like Maleficent, because no, my ass is staying inside. I'm gonna be in an old house shirt with some takeout, probably watching like the Scream series for the billionth time.
Oh no, but the key is I will also be inside. I'll just be inside dressed up.
I'm done.
Honestly, like, y'all do need to get a picture of you just watching Deshawn. Like, that's
That is
gonna
my
be your
costume.
Halloween costume. That's perfect.
Yes.
But now, Mikey, what is your favorite candy?
Yeah, we need to know.
No, see, my favorite Halloween candy is different from my actual favorite candy, because I remember when I used to go trick-or-treating, I really liked those broke people candies. So, like the ones that are like wrapped in that wrapper that looks like a strawberry, and you bite into it and it's like kind of chewy on the inside, but it's like hard on the outside. You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That's so good.
The strawberry heart candy is so good.
The old lady
Those-
candy. The old lady
Yes,
candy.
the old lady candy. I love those. I love butterscotch. I love oh my god, there were like, oh, they're called peanut chews. They're just like these like chocolate candies with like lots of peanuts in them. Like, those are the kinds of candies I like. The ones that used to be like a nickel at the bodega and used to be like, give me $1 worth of this, and they would hand you like a whole little small like paper bag full of them. Those are my favorite Halloween candies. My favorite actual candy though, probably like, I don't know, like a Twix, like a Kit Kat, something that's got some bite to it, something's got a little crisp, some texture.
But to be clear, those are also Halloween candies. So
Okay, fine, but like they're not the candies that used to go in my bag when I would trick or treat, so they're not Halloween candies. Like, they're not my Halloween candies. Anyway, that's my take on it.
Jordan, what about you?
Well, it's so funny that Mikey brought up Scream, because I actually did shoot some content over the weekend. That is
what?
It is me in a Scream mask and lingerie with a vibrator that I'm doing SponCon for.
I would like to see it. When is
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the proofs in the text.
This was not what I came here for. I didn't need to know that. I mean, I guess, listener, be fucking aware. And this is marked as explicit, so I wasn't prepared for this. I'm sure you guys weren't prepared for this, but this is the type of content we can expect. Just be aware as we go forward with this.
Chat, but by the time this episode drops, it should be live. So yeah, but that's not my real costume, because I'm like, I don't know, I'm not really trying to go out in lingerie. Like, it's cold as fuck already. So I went outside today and I was like shivering. I'm just like, okay,
oh, yeah, it is cold. It's
it was hot last week and now it's cold, so that sucks. But it's fine. I haven't even like gotten my Halloween costume together yet, but I want to be Tinky Winky, the Teletubby, because some trans history for you. The trans history is that in 1995, I think, there was a whole controversy because Tinky Winky is the purple one and he is a boy, but he wears a pink tutu and has a woman's purse. what is a woman's purse? I don't know. It's red. It's a purse. And everyone was like, oh my God, that's bad. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be, because I'm also a boy who wears a
You're also bad.
I'm also bad. Like, I have nothing to say about it. I'm just a bad person. That's it. I'm bad for the culture.
I love that this is your Halloween costume, mostly because I'm selfish and like my favorite color is purple. And also I, am a non-binary person, oftentimes classified as a boy who also wears purses and heels and things. So I'm excited to see you in this. Like, it's so cute. I wish we all were in the same city so we could like take pictures together.
I know, that would be so good. I've had some good ones. I was Honey Boo Boo one year. That was great.
Oh,
but I had like, I had a blonde bob. Like, that was just my haircut. And so I literally, that one was really good. I also went, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Kim Davis was that like clerk who wouldn't give these two people a marriage certificate. So I dressed up like her for Halloween. And
Jordan with the political deep cuts in the costuming.
Damn, Jordan.
I dressed up like her. And then this girl that I had a crush on, who was like, we were both in school. She was dressed up like a Playboy bunny, and we both got drunk and literally made out all night, which was so funny to me.
Yes.
Because I was lesbian Kim Davis.
So I'm like trying to find stuff to comment on, but so far they haven't really spoken about anything in particular. And for all the ones going forward, when they go off on side tangents like this, I'll just cut it out. I'm going to leave it in for this first episode, simply so you guys can kind of get a full feel of what this is like, rather than me just kind of cutting to the good parts. But, like, I'm really fucking bored with this. We're, like, 20 minutes into my video, 14 minutes into their podcast. I mean, I've only this is at 1.5 speed at this point, so maybe more like 6 minutes. A third of this I've maybe talked during, but there isn't really much for me to say. They're talking about their Halloween costumes. They're talking, like, I don't fucking know what to say here. They're not saying anything relevant. Okay, so you guys have favorite candies. Good for you. You guys are gonna dress up on Halloween. How is this related specifically? Like, y'all just introduced yourselves. It's not like we have any sort of real buy-in yet. I mean, I guess maybe for people that are like deep in fat liberations, you might really like some of these people and want to hear what they have to say. But as like someone new, even if I was into FA, I wouldn't continue to listen to them, because this is boring as fuck. They're like not getting into any of the issues, anything that is like the primary point of their podcast. We're just like, I'm fucking playing Pokemon while listening to them because I'm fucking bored. Like, they aren't making anything well known. I understand this is like meet them, but I don't give a fuck what you guys are dressing up as Halloween. You guys are taking entirely too long to fucking say anything about what you're dressing up and what your favorite like, these are simple fucking questions, and yet we've moved through three people of like the 6 fucking hosts. We're only halfway through, and it's taken like 10 minutes to go through this. I mean, it's taking a long time. Anyone that's just kind of browsing, and maybe the point is only for your diehard fans, which, I mean, then what's the fucking point of you doing this whole introduction? But even from a, like, FA sympathizer sort of perspective, they are taking entirely too long to get to the fucking point.
That's my Halloween stuff. My favorite candy currently is these like coconut caramel. They're Chinese. I don't know how to pronounce what they're called, but they're really good. You can get them on Amazon. I know we don't fuck with Amazon, but
if you drop the link, we can always if you put the link, if you send it, we'll put it in the show notes for people. And
I'll give a link. Give the link. They're really good. I found them because there's this Chinese restaurant that I go to in Brooklyn, and they give them out like at the end of the meal. And they only give you can't just have one because they're so good. So I ordered.
Sorry guys, I think you guys are gonna have a clipped version of what she said. It's not important though. It's not important because she's only talking about the fucking food that she got at the fucking Chinese restaurant. I hit the pause on the wrong thing. I accidentally paused my recording instead of the podcast. But beside the point, because you guys really didn't miss much, I promise you. I just missed like a half second worth of stuff, and it wasn't even relevant. And I could go 15 seconds back, but do you guys really care? Do you really care about where Jordan found these fucking candies? But like, so not important information. Not important information. Like, get can we move on, please? We're 15 minutes in. There's apparently a weekly advice column. The little for this specific episode, the description says, for this week's advice column, help my body positive friends attack me for exercising, as well as some media mentioned, and they're referencing the Rebel Eaters Club, which we covered before on this channel, as well as the social media for the different hosts. Like, can we get to this week's advice column, please? Because that's primarily why I'm listening. It should not take this long. At least, like, you guys introduced yourselves, then go to the weekly advice column, and then after that, once we have some buy-in to the whole system, then like add to that and go through all this shit. I'm so fucking bored. I'm sorry. This isn't even about it being fat acceptance. This is just takes entirely too long for them to get to the goddamn point.
Like 100 pack of them.
We approve. We thoroughly
Thank you.
approve.
And I'm just gonna like drop this with no further comment that my favorite Halloween candy is candy corn, and I apologize for that opinion.
No, you need to comment on it further.
No, you never need to apologize.
What is this?
We will not have candy corn fights on this podcast. We love all candy, even candy.
No, we
corn.
don't love all candy. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Uh-oh.
This is a candy corn discriminatory space.
Absolutely.
What? Jordan and I are on this. I have candy corn in my candy. What is it like? It's like a candy bucket. It's like a metal bucket with like a wooden top. I don't know. My boyfriend had it in his house. That like it's like it's like a decorative like little table thing, but it has a top that comes off.
Okay.
And so that's where I put all the candy. Mainly
the candy bucket.
Yeah, the candy bucket.
Cookie jar, candy bucket,
exactly.
red box. I get it.
Because let me be clear, I'm not gonna have a candy jar when I can have like a candy bucket, right? Like
For sure.
go big or go home.
True.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
But candy corn. Okay. Like here's the thing about it. I think that because it is so specific to Halloween, that's why. Because like, would I eat? They're just seeing a face at me right now. Listen, I just think maybe it's like a nostalgia thing. Maybe it's like because it's like once a year, so it's like.
Does that mean you've eaten it before?
Oh, that's such a good one.
Listen, I know it's not great. I know that people don't like it, but I like it.
I like it. I'm
No.
with you, Jordan.
You know, you and Brian can have like your candy corn parties and enjoy
We will.
your candy corn.
We'll get all of the candy corn.
Like, no, just the two of you. Like,
Just
I just feel like if I wanted to taste flavored wax, I'll eat a candle. So I just don't get it. But
Oh my god, I know.
wait. Can I tell you guys a story about why I really, really, really hate candy corn? Like even more
Yeah,
than the taste, because the taste is
Yeah.
horrible. Don't get me wrong.
I know. But they're like those cookies, like those cookies that are like
The
bad, but they're
the
good.
Loft House cookies?
Yeah, they're like
the
loft house cookies.
frosting,
Yes.
Yeah,
they're horrible. They're horrible.
right. Like you eat them.
Wait, hold up. Wait, which cookies are we talking about?
Loft house. They're like
cookies.
cakey, and then
They're
there's like a
Oh
frosting.
hell no!
Thank
Oh
you,
my
Mike.
god.
No, they're like Play-Doh. You can smush them together and build something. I don't want that in my food. Like,
Correct. And I will eat 100 of them.
oh my god, no!
A million.
All right,
I'll eat
Mikey,
a
do you want to
million.
share your story about?
They are not like, you guys are all like fatties talk back into. All you guys are doing is proving that all fat people think about is, because that's all you guys have talked about so far, is you've introduced yourselves and you've talked about food. I may be anti-FA, but I would have thought that these people had more to talk about than food. Like, maybe it's like the one thing they all have in common is that they all love food and are trying to normalize being morbidly obese or something. I don't know, but this is, one, it's just boring as fuck, and two, y'all are just talking about food. You guys aren't even getting to the point. You guys are saying unsolicited fatties talk back. Fatties talk back about what? Y'all are just talking about food. Sorry, I'm like, y'all are just talking about food. This isn't fatties talk back. This is exactly what we expect of fatties. Like, that's not entirely true, because this is not, I mean, this is more stereotypical than I would have even clocked. Like, the amount that they've only talked about food, and I understand that it's their podcast or whatever, but, and I understand, they don't have to explain themselves to anyone. At the same time, it's just one of those things where it's like, you would have thought that they would have cared at least a little bit about the optics in the first episode,
Why
Oh my
you
god.
specifically don't love candy corn?
Okay, so let me try and do this without giving too much detail. So like, because it's a very complicated, colorful tapestry of
I'm
events that
taking
led up to
time
this.
notes down.
Okay, good. So, long story short, my mom used to work at this computer lab and I was very young, so I had to go with her on weekends. So I was stuck in this computer lab around a whole bunch of community college students, and it was Halloween. And at the end of like some lecture that was happening in this computer lab. The teacher like saw that I was there, and he walked up to my mom and was like, "Oh, happy Halloween." And then he dug into his like the pocket of his slacks and pulled out a handful of candy corn covered in lint with like a penny in the same handful and like a paper clip. And I felt like I was changed that day. Like something in me was irrevocably fucked up because this man had offered me lint covered candy corn. And so now I can't look at candy corn without thinking of that moment. So there you go. And before you ask, yes, he was white. So don't. But yeah, so that's it. I made the story as short as I could. It was horrible. It's a horrible memory I have, and now you have to deal with it too. Sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. No, yeah, that's fair.
So Caleb, do you want to talk to us about Halloween costumes and Halloween candy?
Yes, I have a few things to add. Number one, Scream. I am on a 90s Halloween movie like journey. And so I rewatched I Know What You Did Last Summer the other day, which I do not, it's not a good movie. It's like campy fun, but it was
It
just
doesn't
like,
have to be.
no, you're right. But it was funny revisiting it because I literally like saw it in theaters when I was like 12 years old, and it like scared me. And I watched it as an adult, and I was like, this is like funny. Like it's just a high camp. So that was a journey. But they're like at the beginning of the film, there's like a wide shot of a party that they go to, and there's literally a single fat person at this party, and I got excited. I was like, oh my God, there's a fat person. And then I was like, wow, the state of media where I get excited about a fat person as a background actor from this terrible movie from 1997. So that's my Halloween costume, is that person. Not actually. Halloween's always been hard for me. Like as a fat person, I've always felt like there weren't like things I could dress up as. I mean, I went as like Fat Nancy from The Craft a few years ago because I feel like you have to like put the fat version of anything. Maybe this is just me, but yeah, I've always wanted to be sexy Snorlax because I identify so hard with Snorlax from Pokemon. So that is in the pipeline.
One, I've never heard someone identifying with the Pokemon, but whatever. But really, Snorlax is. I mean, I guess if you like to sleep all the time, but dude, don't bring Pokemon into this. All right, Pokemon is my comfort media. I don't need this.
Although I don't know if that will happen this year.
It totally should, but it's okay if it doesn't.
I need for this to happen. Please make it happen.
Oh, I will. It'll definitely happen. And then as far as candy goes, okay, I am somebody who keeps candy in my house year round because I'm a goddamn adult. I am not a child. I am a girl boss in charge. I don't know. I'm just trying to make justifications, but it's become funny how much it like impacts me around Halloween, and I kind of hate Halloween now because I like walk into the store trying to go get my like Wednesday candy or whatever, just like the normal candy that I keep in my house, and all the candy has been like redirected to like the Halloween section of the store, and so I have to like walk further to go find my just like Skittles and shit. Ugh, it's actually quite annoying. However, I love the post Halloween candy sale. So
Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think my favorite candy is, I mean, I always do like a chocolate and like a sort of sweet gummy situation.
Yeah.
So I typically go for Skittles. I waver between the sour Skittles, and then they have this new like I forgot, I don't even know. I think they're like fruit punch Skittles or something. The bag is like a like purple, not purple. I don't know what color that is. We can move on. And then I'll do like a Kit Kat, or I'm also a fan of Reese's, although I do like the like miniatures. I know, Deshaun, I like it all. I mean, I'm very like promiscuous with my candy flavors. So I'll also take like a Reese's cup, but typically in these scenarios, I buy the miniatures.
Okay, I mean, so I make room and space
Yes.
for the miniature cups.
We are building bridges here.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that you have to eat so many for you to like actually get some like fulfillment from it. It's like, and I've been chomping for like an hour. Why am I still eating these Reese's?
Deshaun said, I need immediate and significant satisfaction.
Exactly.
Actually, okay, here's what you need to do.
I am seriously getting so fucking bored with the this one podcast episode is going to take up like 3 parts because it's an hour and a half long, but literally we've spent 20 fucking minutes talking about Halloween candy. Halloween candy is the cheapest cheap ass candy that you can get, pretty much. I mean, I like candy as much as the next person. I like cheap candy as much as the next person. I fucking understand the appeal of the after Halloween sales and the cheap ass candy and the appeal of M&Ms and Kit Kat and all that shit. Like, I get the appeal of it. I'm not going to say I don't. There's better candy out there. I will say, like, have you ever gone to, like, it's not a bakery. It's, like, I also don't want to say chocolatier because that's not exactly what I mean. But there's places that make, like, gourmet sort of candy sort of items and stuff. And if you get, I like chocolate, so for me, I do gravitate towards the chocolate. They have other ones though too. And you get like those high quality truffle candies. Holy, like those are fucking good. Halloween candy is the cheap ass candy when you want a sugar fix. This, I mean, I will eat regular cheap ass candy too. I'm not like a candy snob or anything, but it's not like that good. It's not that big of a deal. I don't understand why we have been talking about candy for the past 20 fucking minutes. Why? Why?
You need to get a NutriBullet. You need to just like put the miniature in the NutriBullet with like some ice cream and some milk, and then you just have a little milkshake. And
delicious.
Oh, a Reese's milkshake.
That actually sounds really good. And you know what? I've recently discovered lactose-free or dairy-free ice cream, which has, for the most part, been a hit or miss. Like I got Snickerdoodle, which was a hit, and then everything else was literally a miss. But
so it's mostly a miss. But
mostly a miss.
Thinking about Snickerdoodle ice cream. That's what this is about.
Yes, exactly. So now that could be like really cute and like a really, great. It could be a really great milkshake, and I haven't had a milkshake in a while, so I might think about that.
So I have some. Okay, so a lot of things for me to talk about now. I'm really excited. So first of all, I want the story about my Halloween costumes that I've gone as every year for a while now, mainly because I don't like Halloween because I don't like people, and I just like remember Kent State University where I went to school, like Kent Halloween, where like you literally can barely walk down the street because there are so many people, and like many of them are very, very, very intoxicated, and like I don't get very intoxicated, one, because it takes a lot of liquor for that to happen, but also like two, because I do not really enjoy that experience, like being out and around other people and being in that state. So generally what I tell people about Halloween, also I was a theater kid, so like I did all of my dressing up and shit, like and so I just tell people that I'm going as an endangered species, which is just me, the black fat trans non-binary person, like it's an evergreen one.
I love that.
That totally works. It's like you're not lying.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It's a very truthful Halloween costume. From a candy perspective, oh my. Okay, so let's start here. I know, Deshaun, you said you just discovered non-dairy ice cream. I want you to know about Ben & Jerry's non-dairy.
I've never had it.
It's everything. Specifically, the mint chocolate cookie. It's like they put little mini mint Oreos in the in the ice cream, and then also they have the Netflix and chilled, which is peanut butter and caramel in the ice cream, and with a little bit of salt. So like the salted caramel.
I cannot express to you guys how much I could not give a fuck less about delicious, apparently, food to eat. I don't give a fuck. Like, it has taken so long. So, there's like 52 seconds left for us to be able to, like, cut this how I want to cut it. So, we're going to watch the last, or not watch, but listen to the last minute or so of this. And then, like, I didn't end up speaking a whole lot, but I feel like this is pretty, the goal is to give you guys like a true idea of what this podcast is about. This is so fucking boring. All they're doing is talking about food and sweets. I don't care. I'm very curious, are like avid FA people really loving this sort of content? Because if they are, you're proving everyone right about all you think about is food and how you probably eat like dozens of times a day. I mean, I know plenty of overweight people that this is thinking about food all day, eating all the time isn't what I've seen from like the heavily obese individuals. I've had coworkers that specifically don't eat anything at work because they don't want to be shown like being the fat person eating, and so like I have sympathy for that. While I don't think that means that that weight is genetic or anything, I do feel sorry that they don't feel comfortable eating something throughout their 8-hour work shift because they're afraid of how they're going to be judged. I feel sorry for them in that way. This is just confirming every fucking stereotype of fat people only thinking about food, and it's almost like I don't even subscribe to the FA logic, and I am very much in the BMI overweight category now, not in the obese category, but like, even if I was seriously obese, I am offended on behalf of people that are trying to escape this fucking stereotype of the fat people only think and talk about food, because they're only, like, this is their first podcast, and so far all they've done is talk about candy. it hurts. It hurts a little bit.
Yes to all of that. I think my favorite candy, I have 4. But like, okay, 2 and like a category. So one is, y'all know Mambas? Mamba is like a German candy. It's like, imagine if Starburst was like thinner. It's like, imagine if Starburst was a rectangle and not a square, but a little chewier. And they come in like 6-pack little things, and then there's 3 of them inside of like a bar. So you get like 18 little fruit chews. And I
Like a
love
high
Mamba.
chew?
No, not like a high chew, more like a Starburst.
Interesting.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Yes, absolutely. So I love Mamba ever since like I was a kid. I don't remember how we first found it, but like my mom would always buy me Mamba if I was like going on a trip or something. So I just love Mamba, and then I discovered that you can order them on Amazon, and I found a candy store online that has Mamba. So often I will order like 2 48 packs and have them delivered so then I can work through them. The other candy that I really love, again, this sounds like this is we are like a Reese's team, and I love a Reese's Dark Thin.
Huh.
Yes.
Because the dark chocolate has less dairy in it too.
But it's dark chocolate, so
that's fair. I mean, I also like.
All right, we're leaving it there, and we're gonna start. Like, I'm gonna record 2 of these parts back to back, but like, this is fucking annoying and boring. Like, I don't understand. I really want to hear the week's advice column and hear them talk about that. They have gone on for nearly 30 minutes about candy. Like, not even anything around that. Like, y'all aren't doing anything for your fat liberation. Like, you guys are just confirming everything, every stereotype, every idea, like, that you guys rail against on TikTok and shit. And you guys are just giving fodder to everyone that thinks that you guys are lazy and just think about food. Because all you guys are doing is talking about food. Half an hour just on candy. Like, not even anything around candy. Just, like, what candies you like. This is painful. But I'm going to leave it here. If I can record this and edit this right and get everything uploaded the way I want it to be uploaded in December. With any luck, you guys will be able to hear the next 2 parts over the next 2 days. But for now, I'm going to just leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.